As many foreign national workers have left farming communities following the anti-illegal migration protests, sugarcane growers along the KwaZulu-Natal north coast are battling an unexpected labor shortage. Well, for more on this, we're now joined by the African Farmers Association of South Africa Deputy Chairperson Lloyd Hadebe. Lloyd, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Let's talk about it. How severe is the labor shortage that particularly sugarcane growers are facing in KwaZulu-Natal?
Good evening to your viewers and your listeners at home. No, sir, what we can say as African Farmers Association is that it is going to be a bit longer to participate and see in terms of the survey the knock of the foreign nationals leaving South Africa because of the simple reason. You know that farming areas are a bit far from residents where people are living. So it's easier for the farmers to hide all the workers in their farmers most of the time.
Okay, so there is no shortage. I'm not sure that I follow.
No, there is a shortage, but in terms of quantifying the numbers, in terms of how much a shortage we have in rural areas, we are yet to see the impact. But most of the workers from the rural areas, especially farmers, including communal, it's very dire. It's a very dire situation, yes.
Okay, what are your members telling you? You're a member-based organization. Your members are farmers. What are they telling you about the labor shortages and the labor issues that they're facing?
Obviously, our members are telling us that workers are living in fear for obvious reasons because they feel like because they don't document them, most of them. So they can see on social media platforms and on television that people are told to leave the country if they don't have documents. So all the time, our members are telling us that their workers are always living in fear of police coming to them to deport them to their respective countries.
What is the impact of this fear?
Obviously, the impact is going to be the farmers are going to feel the pinch in terms of who's going to do the work and getting the job done in their farmers. But we are quite happy as an organization that at least the compliance issue is going to improve because most of the rural farmers or farm workers are exploited by the employers in farming areas.
Yeah, and that was perhaps the next point I wanted to raise here, Lloyd, is that a great deal of, as you mentioned, the members and farmers, particularly rural farmers, do not document the people that work for them. That is to say, they have no idea truly what these people's identities are and where they come from and what their status in the country is. It seems as though that there's a reluctance by farmers in the farming community, by and large, to regularize those who work for them. Why is that?
You know, any business person that wants to make more profit is going to take an advantage of an undocumented worker. That is not going to ask for workers go on leave or go to see their families because it's not easy for them to come back and get employment. So they are taking an advantage of all those vulnerable workers from neighboring countries to exploit them, underpay them, and don't allow them to go home whenever there's a crisis or maybe someone is sick or somebody died. So we feel that the employers are taking advantage of vulnerable people from our neighboring countries.
So these are your members, Lloyd. What you're effectively telling us is that your members are exploiting foreign nationals. What are you doing to remedy this as an organization, as African Farmers Association of South Africa?
It is not exactly our members exploiting neighboring workers or laborers. It is a matter of the economy in South Africa. Everybody knows that we are under dire situation in terms of our economy. So any business person that wants to maximize and try to survive is going to take an advantage of a person who can take any means in terms of wages and trying to survive. So our members are always telling us that it's not easy, especially in this current situation in our economy, to pay your employees, to get your business running. It's not an easy situation. So we can't say that our members are exploiting workers. But all what we can say is that business in South Africa is very difficult to survive in terms of the economic climate.
So implicit to that, Lloyd, I have to ask a very pointed question. Are farmers, particularly those who are your members that you engage, reluctant to employ South Africans?
They are open to employ South Africans. Remember, in the past 10 years, we know that our economy did not do well. So any business person that is sober is going to try to be upfront and try to survive. So any advantage that he can get in terms of minimizing the cost of doing its business is going to take an advantage. So what we can say is that the government of South Africa needs to come to the fore and support a local business, including farmers, in order for them to survive in this current climate of the economy.
Well, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Lloyd Hadebe is the Deputy Chairperson of the African Farmers Association in KwaZulu-Natal.